Hi everyone. Today we're going to be solving another problem that does not consist of algebra. So that means we're not going to be solving for a or b or x or y, and to be honest, it's pretty relieving to not have to solve for a variable, but looking at this question, it seems a bit overwhelming. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a step-by-step solution on how to solve this problem. But if you like, you can go ahead and try solving this question on your own before we do it together. So let's go ahead and get started. So before we actually solve this problem, we're going to talk about a rule in algebra. So I know I said that this isn't an algebraic problem, but this is a rule that would come in handy to you even if you're not solving an algebraic equation. So the rule is that a plus b times a minus b. So at first look, this may seem like a plus b squared or a minus b squared, but it's none of these things. And if you mistake it for any of these things, then you are completely wrong, because these three are totally different things. So what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, if you know a plus b squared, if you're familiar with the term a plus b squared, you know it's a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And a minus b squared is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So these two are pretty much the same except for the plus 2ab and the minus 2ab. But a plus b times a minus b is completely different. It doesn't have the 2ab at all. It's pretty much a squared minus b squared. So it's completely different from a plus b squared and a minus b squared. So make sure you don't confuse this for a plus b squared or a minus b squared. So actually, I'll keep this to the side over here. So how do we know that that a plus b times a minus b is a squared minus b squared? Well, you can come to this conclusion in multiple ways. That's because, well, you can go ahead and try foiling it. So a plus b times a minus b. If you can foil it, you could, so a times a is a squared, a times negative b is minus ab, b times a is ab, and b times negative b is b squared, is minus b squared. So if you look closely, the ab, negative ab and plus positive ab, they cancel out, leaving us with a squared plus b squared. Now, there's another way to prove this, and that is, well, multiplying it in the normal way, which is a plus b times a minus b. May seem a bit weird, but this is also a technique which people use to figure out algebraic terms multiplied together. So this is another way you could use to find out whether a plus b times a minus b is a squared minus b squared. So we could call this method 1. And this is method 2. Now, you could visualize this too, but I have another video on that, and you can go and check that out if you'd like to. Let's get back to a plus b times a minus b. So minus b and plus b, when you times them together, you get minus b squared. Then minus b times a is ab. Then a times b is ab. And a times a is a squared. So over here, as we do in the normal method, we leave out the x over here. Some people keep a 0 over here too. Either of them works fine. I like to use the 0 though. So and then you add both of the lines. Minus b squared plus 0 is minus b squared. Then this is supposed to be minus ab. My bad. So these two cancel out, leaving us with 0, and the a squared goes down. So that means that is basically the same thing as a squared minus b squared. So there we have it. We've proved it in two different ways. The a plus b times a minus b is, well, a squared minus b squared. I'll get rid of this. So you have two methods now, and hopefully you believe me, but I'm telling the truth, I promise. So let's get back to solving the question. So our question over here is 2 raised to the power 100 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 50 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 25 plus 1 and 2 raised to the power 25 minus 1. Now, I'll just copy down. Actually, I'll move these a bit. Yikes. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is focus on these last two terms and focus on this rule over here. Do you notice anything? Well, 2 raised to the power 25 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 25 minus 1 is in the same form as a plus b times a minus b. So we could go ahead and try using that rule over there, and hopefully it'll work. So I'll just note down the equation over here. 2 to the power 100 plus 1 times 2 to the power 50 plus 1 times 2 to the power 25 plus 1 times 2 to the 25th power minus 1. Okay, so since we know that 2 to the power 25 plus 1 and 2 to the power 25 minus 1 are in the same form as a plus b times a minus b. Oof, that's a pretty long statement. But we can go ahead and try using that over here, that rule over here. So that would give us 2 to the power 100 plus 1 times 2 to the power 50 plus 1. We don't do anything to the first two terms. And then 2 to the power 25 times 2 to the power 25. Well, if there's another rule, and if you've seen my previous videos, then you'd be pretty familiar with this rule. We use it quite a lot. It's that a to the power m times a to the power n is a to the power m plus n. So this is a rule we'll use over here. So that would give us 2 to the power 25 plus 25, which is 50, and then plus 1 times minus 1 minus 1. And we ignore the minus or plus 2ab because that doesn't exist here. So let's continue this. And we have, now if you notice again, over here, we have a plus b times a minus b. So we can go ahead and simplify that too. So 2 to the power 100 plus 1 times 2 to the power, 50 plus 50, 100, 2 to the power 100 minus 1. So, okay, so this is what we have in our final equation, and the whole question's pretty much been solved. Because we're going to use that rule one more time. We have 2 to the power 100 and plus 1 times 2 to the power 100 minus 1, which is, again, in the form of a plus b times a minus b, which gives us 2 to the power 200 minus 1, which is our final answer. So let's go through that one more time. Over here we have 2 to the power 25 plus 1 and 2 to the power 25 minus 1, and this is in the form of a plus b times a minus b. So we simplified that over here, and again we have a plus b times a minus b. And again, one more time, we have a plus b times a minus b. And then we have our final answer over here, and this is our answer. So, thanks for watching this video, and I hope that you were walking away with at least a little bit more knowledge about this question, exponents, and, well, how to deal with exponents and this question. So, thanks for watching this video, and if you like this video, we have a lot of other videos just like this one on our channel, so be sure to go and check those out too. They're pretty amazing. So thanks for watching this, and be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.